to my channel. This is another weight loss update for you all. This is kind of week 70 sort of. As you know, in my previous vlog I said to you that I was joining Slimming World, so I have actually joined, as you can see. So I wasn't really quite sure how to do this, so I weighed myself. Obviously I got weighed on Tuesday, and then I weighed myself Saturday, and then I weighed myself Tuesday again. But what I'll do is I'll start off by saying how much I weighed in at Slimming World. That's probably the best thing. And there is going to be a slight difference to what I weigh at home because of the times that I usually weigh. I usually weigh myself in the mornings, usually in my pyjamas as well. Whereas now I'm now weighing on a Tuesday, and I'm weighing in the afternoon with my clothes on, with my jeans and stuff. So I'm trying to keep consistently wearing the same thing as well. So there's a bit of a difference really. So I went to my first meeting last Tuesday. Today's Wednesday, by the way, because I'm going to tell you how much I weighed yesterday, how much I kind of lost, which I did lose, by the way. So I weighed in and I was 14 stone 7.5. I'll show you that. And they've worked out my club 10, so I have to get to 13 stone 1.5 to get to my 10% loss, which is going to take me forever. Well, it might not take me forever. I don't really know, but I can imagine that it probably will take me forever. But anyway, I didn't know what goal I wanted, so they just put that down, which I think they probably do that anyway. But yeah, so my first meeting, I'll talk about my first meeting first. It was kind of weird. Probably not what I was expecting really. The consultant that usually does that particular meeting wasn't there, so we had someone else, and it was a bit higgledy-piggledy, to be quite honest. You know, they didn't want my referral at first, and then they asked me to sit down, and then someone came over and explained the whole diet to me, and then they sort of said, I'll go over and get weighed, and me and my friend went over to get weighed, and then there was a massive queue behind us, and then they said, oh no, just go and sit down. So we ended up not getting weighed until right at the end of the meeting, which was really not good because I sat there and drank a whole bottle of Diet Coke, and by the time I got weighed I desperately needed the toilet, which is not good at all. So never mind, doesn't really matter. But the meeting was, I don't know what I was expecting. They sort of just go through what everyone has lost or gained, and you know, you sort of just chat really to everyone. I don't know what I expected, to be honest, but yeah, I enjoyed that. I did actually enjoy the meeting. They're quite supportive as well, you know, if you have a problem, you know, people will suggest things, so that's really good. So yeah, so I got weighed. So then I was off to do whatever I needed to do, which was difficult. To say the least. Now what was I going to say? I was going to talk about something else actually, but I've sort of diverted already. Yeah, so anyway, because obviously I've done Slimming World before, I didn't join a group, but I did it from home. I sort of knew what I was doing anyway, but a few issues, but nothing major. I did okay. First week I thought I did okay. I had dinner out, and what I ended up doing was I ended up having less scenes in the week, so it covered the meal out, because I knew I'd be sinning that, rather than it was never going to ever be free food. I don't think. I think some of it would be, but you're always going to be thinking about, it's probably oil, the sort of meat they're using, you know, so I was sort of thinking about that. So I did sing that, and that day I had 37.5 sings, and then I had less sings for the rest of the week as well. So it worked out fine. I didn't feel that deprived really. My meals were quite big actually, for unusually big than I thought they would be. So yeah, it was all fine. I didn't really have any sort of issues. The only issue I had was with the soy milk, which I posted on a Facebook group about, but I think I know why now. I thought all soy milk was going to be a healthy extra A, and this one, when I looked on the app, it said that it wasn't, and I had to sin it, so I ended up sinning it instead. and apparently if it's not calcium enriched then it's not going to be your healthy extra A. So I was a bit annoyed about that, because not only had I gone over quite a bit on the Saturday with the dinner that I then had to suddenly think, well, I thought I had 11.5 scenes left over for each day. Now I've got even less because I have to count soy milk. So that put me in a really bad mood. And I was like really huffed about it and really annoyed. But it doesn't matter, you know, I know now, I know I have what I need to look for. So it's not the biggest deal in the world. So on to what I lost. I have to find it in the book. Now I was going to show you on my Fitness Pal, but I'll tell you about that in a minute. So this is, see it? Yeah. So I lost £2 my first week, which I was really happy about. I actually thought, am I going to be like the first person in the world to have ever gained the first week? I don't know why I thought that, but it's probably because I weighed myself that morning, and I weighed more than I did on the Saturday morning, and then I weighed myself with the clothes on that I was going to be wearing to be weighed at on Slimming World, and it basically said there was a £3 difference, and I thought, oh my god, I'm going to so eat £3 worth of food, you know. But clearly I don't know. I clearly don't know. So what I have discovered is that my scales are obviously correct, because when I weighed myself, when I weighed that morning, I was weighing 14 stone 4.5, and then when I weighed at group I was 14 5.5, so I've had £1 worth of food that day. Well, I don't know if that really works like that, I don't know. But so then I was kind of wondering, oh well, if I weighed that, I wonder what I weigh when I went back home. So I went back home and weighed myself, and it was exactly the same as what Slimming World weighed me, apart from I think it's £1/4 pound less. So after all that, my scales are right. And I was just overthinking everything, because for the first 2 days I was like, oh my god, I'm going to put on, I'm going to put on. And I was kind of, I remember something on one of the vlogs that I watched, which is Von Chalk, Ria, and she's saying like the day before weigh day, she has total paranoia, and I didn't understand really. I mean, I can understand what she meant, but I'd never actually felt that with any of my weigh-ins, because I've always done it at home, and there's never been any pressure. If I put on, I lose, whatever, you know, it is what it is. But all I can say is that Monday and that Tuesday I was a wreck. Near enough. I was like, oh my god, I kept saying to people, oh my god, I've probably put on weight, no, I can't do this, and I was just absolutely terrible. But it was only because I'd weighed myself on my own scales, and I didn't know how different they were between my scales and theirs, and that was the issue. So that brings me on to what I was going to talk about, my Fitness Pal. Obviously I've always put my Fitness Pal, I've always done it, my weight, and I am going to continue doing it. But what I am going to do is I'm going to be putting down the weight that I weighed in on Tuesday instead, because it is exactly the same as what I would usually weigh. It's just because I have clothes on at a different time of day. If it had been like way out, then I would be rethinking that, but because it is the same, you know, I'm happy to do that. So I haven't done it yet. I've got to go onto the actual account and change a few things. I don't know if I can add in what I weighed in last week and what I weigh in this week. I'm not entirely sure, but I'm gonna probably be doing that. If I don't, I'll just add it as an entry for today. So that's kind of my plan on that one. I did say to you I was going to weigh on Saturday. I'm not going to bother anymore, because it just messes with your head completely. And I know why people say don't weigh. Whether I do weigh like on a Tuesday morning, I don't know. I might do, I might not. I don't really know. I'll just see how I am next Tuesday. But anyway, I was happy. I'd lost £2. That was really good. I was so happy with that. Now what else was I going to say? So this is kind of like week 70, but week 1 on Slimming World. I don't really know how to put it. I might just keep it as week 70. I don't know. I really don't know what to do. What else was I going to say? Yeah, so I had actually, when I weighed myself on Saturday, I had lost £1, but it's kind of wrong. Because I weighed less than what I weigh now, and that was because I did it in the morning, so I probably won't even talk about that. One thing I did have, which I said in my last vlog that I wasn't going to talk about until this one, is that I had a personal training session. If I just have a quick look in my notes, I think I burned 400 calories. Let me just check. Yes. Yeah, I 460 calories I burnt, so I was really happy with that. I also did a bit of running and I was really pleased. I hadn't done running in ages. See, my battery is flashing at me. Low battery. I have to wrap this up then. So anyway, I just want to say thank you for all your lovely comments in my last video. I think I replied to all of you. Keep the comments coming. You know I love comments. And I will see you, I don't know when, because I haven't got the day off next Wednesday. We'll see. I'll vlog some point between Tuesday and Saturday. So I'll see you all then. I hope you're all having a really good week, and I'll see you very soon. Bye.